tutorial with the everyday arches. Hello, I'm Kimberly Smith, the paper chef, and you're in the right place if you just want to hang out and make cards today. It's later than usual. I took a little nap, took my mom in for an MRI this morning, and we had to be up at 6 a.m. And then I had to leave at 6:30 a.m. and be there at 7:30 a.m. Ooh, that was rough, but we did it. We don't know the results yet, but I had to take a nap after that when I got back later in the afternoon. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to take a bubble bath card base, and I'll write down the measurements for that in a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and get some Everyday Skies Designer Series paper. Now, because you are in the card club, you're going to be making 2 of the same card, of each card. You make 8 cards each month with your kit. This paper happens to not have repeats of the same paper. Now, this piece we can use for 2 cards, but you're going to need 2 different background pieces. So let's just, say any of these, like this one's going to be perfect for your card, but you want to find another one for your second card, because unlike the other papers I give you, this paper does not repeat. It has 48, well, it repeats. It has 48 sheets in a pack, but in your card club kit, it doesn't repeat. So, just use something else. Just letting you know. All right, so let's put that away. You get the idea. They're all really pretty papers like that. Everyday Skies paper is part of a suite. Yeah, this is that same piece. I keep saying, oh, that would be nice. Well, that's the piece I already used. So this paper and this stamp set and the dies that I showed you last time, they're all like part of a nice suite of products. So you can, but in your kit, you just have you were given a couple different kinds of paper, and one was the Everyday Skies in this package. And then you had we'll use metallic, this brushed metallic, silver and gold foil in our next card. So what we're going to do is now take this and cut it to be, let's see, 5 1/4 by 4, but I'm going to cut the 4 part first. So we're going to say, 4 inches by 5 1/4. And it depends on how much of the clouds you want to show through. Let's see. I think I want a little more blue to show through, so I turned it like that. If this isn't the same piece, who knows? They all look so much alike. So again, 5 1/4 by 4. Yeah, it looks like I used a little bit different piece earlier, but that's going to work out beautifully. And then we're going to take this one. It was already 3 because I cut it in half. So this one's going to be 3 by 4 1/4. And it was already 3, so we're just going to do the 4 1/4 side. And don't put it on yet. Don't attach it yet, because we want to put our beautiful ribbons on there. Now, this is the, let's see, Misty Moonlight braided trim. Thank you, Mama, for doing this. Mama Chef. She helps us out. She put these together for you. So we have them for a future card club too. We do something blue every month. So when I see blue ribbons about to retire, I'm like, I'm getting it all. I'm getting it all for my card club, because every month we need something to go with our blue. In fact, I've been wanting to use the Kintsugi inspiration paper this summer because of the flowers, but now you guys picked like a Christmas or holiday set for next month. So we're hopefully get to use that blue paper at some point. All right, what I'm doing is straighten it out. Now you can either straighten it out by just using the heat and the moisture from your hands, or we've talked about on this channel, just ironing your ribbons. If you do want to get this cute little mini heat press, just get it from me, please, from my Amazon store, because they gave me a challenge this month, and I'm halfway along the challenge on how much that my affiliates will buy, or my people will buy. So just go look at the link in the description. It doesn't cost you anything to use one of my links. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that, but I could iron it, but you know what? It's been a long day. It's been a long day. So I'm just going to go with the simple method of just, I teach you more than one method. So we're going old school. We're using friction. Okay, so this piece is pretty good. I love the thickness of this, and I love that it's really flat on one side and braided on the other. So we're going to tuck. What I don't like, though, is when, people cut the ribbon. I mean, it's not just my personal preference. I think it gets all frayed. Now, this one I want to be frayed on this end, but when to me, it's just easier to go like that and tuck the ribbons, and they'll never fray, and I just think it looks more professional. But there's no wrong way to do things, as we say on this channel. We are crafters. Oh, look, you guys have enough I think I gave you what is it? half a yard. I don't remember, but what my mom put on there, but you have enough for a few cards. So make extra cards, because if you didn't finish all your cards from last time, you'll have other card bases that will coordinate. This has a lot of coordinating colors, this suite of products. Bubble Bath was just one of them. I'm going to take a piece of tear and tape, or your Seal Plus, but I think I'm going to use tear and tape because it's not as thick. Sometimes the Seal Plus is a little bit thicker and wider, and then you're like trying to cover it. So put a little piece of this there. Sometimes I got to give it a little rub-a-dub-dub. Anyway, anything new in your lives? What did you guys do today on this fine Tuesday? I'm going to turn that around and go like that. Flip that around, see? So it's nice and flat. Hello, Ginger Snap. Love that name. Thank you for being a YouTube channel member. And thank you for watching. She's like here from Washington. Happy to watch and create. Watch me create. I hope you're creating too, some of you guys. Hello, Karen, Nevin. Oh, Storm's here. Lost power. Well, we need power to craft. We need lights. So I'm glad you have it back. Now we're going to, it doesn't really matter which way this goes, but I think I'll go like that. Put it like that. So now what I like to do is put the adhesive on right over the top of any little frayed edges, and that way it can never come undone. Because, you know, years later, someone might still have this work of art. Am I the only one that saves cards? I think I've saved like almost every card I've ever been given. I'm running out of room of my cards. Sometimes I repurpose them and turn them into other things, but like, did you ever do that? Take out the messages and like just recreate it into a new card? Am I the only one? Tell me I'm not the only one that does that. But I save cards, I repurpose cards, I like take things off of cards, like embellishments, and use them over in new cards, and I try not to get rid of cards. Anyway, back to the point I was saying. I was saying hi to everybody. Hi, Karen Tharaldson. Nice to see you. And thank you for being a YouTube channel member. Hello, Deborah from New South Wales, Australia. Okay, so that's all for that. That's the piece of Misty Moonlight. Looking good. And we're going to attach. Now we can go ahead and attach that to our card. And if you want it to go a certain way, then just keep that in mind when you open up your card and see how it opens. We're going to put that like so. So we're doing a horizontal card. We always change it up, right? Do it different each time. Okay, I'm not the only one that like takes my cards apart. Oh my goodness. And just reuses all, like, reuse them for scraps. Well, I hate to like somebody's hard work. I like to reuse it or enjoy it, or like, you know, say goodbye to it. If it got like, I had a flood in my she shed already, like the air conditioner knocked down everything. So many cards, even ones people gave me, got all wet. But even before I said goodbye to them, because I had to say goodbye, we had to put them in the burn barrel. I mean, they're moldy, and they're going to get other things moldy if keep all the moisture. But I was like reading them again, and even if it was smeared, I'm like, oh, my friend gave me that. That made me feel special when she gave it to me. Just like I say goodbye to my crafts I sell on my auction. Like, I've been selling crafts. I hope you guys come to my next auction. It's been so fun. I've been selling them, but I'm also like, oh, goodbye. Have a nice life. Go to your new home. Anyway, I amuse myself sometimes. So I'm just going to flip this little ribbon around like that. See, I'm kind of turning. I'm just going to put it there like so. And then what I'm going to do is lift that up again and put some more. I put adhesive down on the Misty Moonlight. Now I'm putting a little more adhesive on this part. I forget what this white ribbon's called, but I think it might be retired, but I don't remember. But I did have it. I think I might have had it labeled in your card club kit. So maybe somebody else knows what it is. I just know this one's called Misty Moonlight and White Braided Trim. And the white one, I don't remember what it is, but it's cool because the white one frays at the bottom. So you're going to like that. We're going to fray it a little bit. I didn't do it on purpose. It just started fraying, and then I'm like, oh, let's go with it and make it fray. So I took my Take Your Pick tool and just frayed it on purpose. So I'm just kind of getting the edges off here. Okay, wait, let's, not that way. Hold on, I'm backwards here. I'm right-handed, so I have to do it like this. Okay, like so. So once you get it to be the even at the edges, let's get the Take Your Pick tool. And we'll do this as I'm chatting around. I'm going up and just saying hi to everybody. So Karen also saves cards and has a couple cards that were sent to her parents when she was born 68 years ago. Well, that's special. So you have the cards that your parents got, like to congratulate them when you were born. That's actually something nice you could pass along to your children, or just pass along or just hold on forever. I mean, that would just really nice. So you see what I'm doing? I'm taking the take your pick tool and I'm fraying it. Now, I did that because this is the kind of ribbon that kind of frays on its own. So I was like, embrace the fray. It's already fraying, so I may as well like make it look like cute at the edges, and then you can get rid of some of these inner threads. So you can fray it, but then you can also kind of cut the little inner threads. Try not to pull them all. Like you can just kind of whoop, because it could all come unraveled. I didn't mean to fray it that much, but if you do, it kind of looks cute. And then you just have to maybe, I don't know what I did there. I got a little fuzzball of a card here. Let's see how the paper chef gets herself out of this one. All right, it's okay. You guys know we're going to make it look good no matter what. Even if it means getting another ribbon. I don't know what the heck I did there. Even if it means going like that and then recalibrating the end of the ribbon. So, yeah, because I didn't want it to fray that much. Right? I just wanted it to fray a little bit. We're just going to go back to, yeah, I think I'm going to go with a little bit of fray. All right, so now that just leaves me having to, like, put them back. It was easier when I was doing it by myself, honestly. I didn't have an audience. It frayed so easily. I was like, oh, that was easy. We're going to do that on camera. Okay, that's cool. So I got an equal fray, but I got a lopsided ribbon. So we're just going to go like that and line it back up again. See that? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So the ribbon is still looking good. So I'm going to leave it like that. Now we're going to take this part and do some like of our inking. So we're going to write hello on here, but let's try also, we'll do 2 of these because these arches are so adorable. We'll write a different sentiment as well, but we'll do the same kind of concept of the inking. So let's open up the Daffodil Delight, and we're going to ink up the one end, and then we're going to open up the Bubble Bath and ink up the other end. Oh, thank you. Gloria said it's perfect. All right, well, I'm glad. Thank you for your vote of confidence. All right, happy Wednesday, Janet. Phil, Ham, nice to see you. Hey, you got your catalog today. I'm glad. Do you like it? Rennie, great things she's saying. All right, if you guys want a catalog, then I do have a catalog request form. And this is the catalog. So I don't want to lay it down. It'll get into the ink. I can't open it yet. It goes live September 3rd. If you want it, right in the description of this video is a catalog request form. And I should have a, let's see. I don't know if I should have a QR code for it too, as well. But just go ahead and use the link in the description of this video. Using the link in the description of this video would be easier on all of us here. I'm just gonna say, I don't have to dig around my table to look for things. So this is the yellow one, the Daffodil Delight. Now, last time I used crushed curry on here, so maybe I'm just gonna take a piece out of my notebook because I need a little scrap paper, right? Hopefully it's not too dark from the crushed curry. Okay, it's probably not too bad. Okay, so let's see. We're just gonna look at our old one. I like it going in that direction, so I'm gonna put the Daffodil Delight on that side. Okay, it's a little darker because I did use crushed curry on this last time, but that's okay. Now, when you have a lot of card bases that you've already made and you want to kind of mass produce, we have a lot of die cut shapes, go ahead and do them all at once. That's why we have like something simple in Card Club where we make every card we have 2 of them. That way, if you really admire your card and don't want to give it away, then don't give it away, keep it. I do that all the time. I make things and sometimes I love them so much I can't even give them away. But then if I make 2, I don't feel bad giving it away. Yes, we can even hoard our own cards. Okay, now I'm going to put some bubble bath on that side. Tap, tap, tap. Flip it around. And we're going to put some on this side like this. And we're just putting it on the stamping block first to control the amount of ink. That's all. Oh, looks nice. So actually just good for contrast and dimension when you ink the edges. I'm trying not to mix the bubble bath with the... I try not to tap these straight into my felt pads because I have enough troubles with my felt. I got enough troubles. I don't want felt to be one of them. I got like cushy ink situations, lint. My hair falls into them. I mean, let's just keep it real. We have enough troubles with that stamp. So we're going to just not... I don't want this to be another thing happening to my stamp pad there. So that was 2 colors so far. We've used Daffodil Delight. We've used Bubble Bath. Now let's keep on going. And we're, like I said, we're turning them this way. And we're going to do the hello. Okay. All right. Turn it 5 times if you need. Okay. Now we're going to take this stamp, hello. And we're going to also try... We've already done Embrace the Journey. We'll try a thanks too. We'll do that. Because they're both going to fit. So we're going to put the hello face up. And we're going to... Oh, also going to get the little birds. And what did I say? Hello. And we're going to get the thanks. All right, so now we have the stamps we need. We're going to get some stamping blocks. Let's see, we probably can reuse. We could probably reuse the ones we just had with this ink on. Let me get the baby wipe. Okay, I'm just going to wipe that off anyway, just that side. We need to wipe that off a little bit. Okay, so let's put the hello on there. Mount that onto there. And we're going to do Secret C. Secret C is just such an easy color to color with. I found. Let's tap, tap, tap. Oh, nice. Look at that. So we're going to put hello on there, on the bottom. Do your sentiment first before you do the birds because you want to make sure that that's right because that's the most important part, right? See? You see what I mean? There's already lint on that. I didn't even put the blending brush in it, and there's lint on there. It's all good, though. I'm going to try not to rub it, but sometimes I can get the ink off. There we go, see? I'll use the sticky side. There was a little piece of lint. All right, where was I? We're going to use the thanks now. Same with the Secret C. I know it's a big stamping block, but that just happens to be what I have clean right now. Oh, that came out nice. Once your stamps are conditioned, they're going to stamp really nice. Without you having to, like, do this tap off many times. Oh, that's just such a nice font. All right, so we're good with that. And now we need a stamping block for the birds. Let's do this. We're going to do Blackberry Bliss. Again, just because it's I always pick things that are coordinating colors. That's the reason. So here's our Blackberry Bliss ink. Good day. Hello, Linda McFarden is here. She said she loves that color. I wonder which color. I just used 4 colors, so many colors already. But thank you, Lynn. I have to go back and see. Hey, she mailed my package. Kathy mailed my special package. I went to her auction too. Yeah, I don't just go and sell stuff on the auction site. Hello, Diane Dayton. I am like supporting other crafters who are selling too. And it's been like such a fun community over there at the whatnot. Okay, I'm trying to see. There's a little something on my birds. I think there's like little swiftlets. Yeah, there they go. Because if you do have something on them, you have to just kind of clean it off by tapping it a few times. So now I just tap it on there. I'm having them fly over to the right because it looked like the way they're supposed to be going. And now we have a 4-color little thing going on. All these little details matter, just as long as your colors coordinate with your papers, which I always make sure they do. All right, good. We'll watch that later. And now we have, I'm just double checking. I don't have any stuff on my, okay, now we're going to put the card together with some dimensionals. We're going to add that to our card. And we're going to write the measurements down for you. Hey, Karen said she already got the catalog and she already has a list. All right, you got your wish list going. So if you guys can't wait till next month to get that, to get all your stuff on the list, you do know that demonstrators are allowed to order 2 of anything we want, really, from the entire catalog. Can't open it, but if we wanted that paper, which I did in the unboxing, and I wanted 2 packs of it, I could get it now, and you can get it as part of your starter kit. So just go to my website and click join, and you can get, you don't have to wait till September 3rd to fulfill your wish list. You can get $125 worth of items, pay $99, get free shipping, which you don't normally get unless it's a free shipping sale. Okay, hold on, I gotta use my t-shirt here to make sure it's, you know, you pay $125. No, sorry, you pay $99 plus tax only, no shipping charge, and you get to pick out $125, and you can pick out stuff from the new catalog. So isn't that pretty? That's the one we'll use, either that one or let's see which one I like better. I really like that one. That came out nice. So did this one. They're kind of both the same, but we could also try to put a thanks on there, but I think I'll save that for another card. We're just going to make another hello card. So because of the ribbon, we need to use dimensionals. Right? So the ribbons are like high up. So what you want to do is take this and kind of eyeball it, and you want to put the dimensionals on the 4 corners because you don't want the, you don't need any more humps, right? You already got a hump where the ribbon is. And so if you could try to put these a little bit, then it won't be as lumpy. I have things sticking all over the place. Just little tips for you if you want to try these little things that we can just call it quirky crafting. Little things that may or may not matter. Okay, see? And then it sort of isn't as lumpy because, now not to mention the dimensionals are going to stick better to the paper than they are to the ribbon. Okay, get off me. I'm stuck on you. And then we're going to embellish. Remember, we used the puffy stickers to embellish with the other one. But for this one, we're going to embellish with the, they're called neutral matte dots. Okay, let's see what I did. I used a black and a sort of a, what was that? Tan of some kind, beige, and a like vanilla or white. So you're just going to get your, take your pick tool because these are kind of, you want this little spatula side. These are kind of hard to get off without losing the, you might lose your glue dot. So black kind of goes good because the Secret C, you guys, looks like black, right? Even though it's not black ink, I think it stamps much better than black ink. And then this paper has white in it, not vanilla, so I'm going to use the white ones. Just going to put a white one over there. And we'll put a little tan one down there, just like I did for that one. I just do an odd number, add up a couple, put a little embellishment on there. And then if you want, you can add some Wink of Stella to make it shine on the edges if you want. Let's see, hold on, something got on there. I don't think it needs it though. We're going to just, well, I'm going to try it on the original card. And then I'm going to see if it, yeah, actually it does need it. I mean, glitter is always a good thing. I don't see when glitter would not be a good thing. So we're going to go ahead and put it on there. Because all these little touches are like, someone's like, oh, that's really nice. This is so nice and simple that it could even be a sympathy card. You could say hello. And then, did you ever like think about people's anniversaries of someone's death and stuff? Because I was thinking about that the other day. You know, when you lose a friend and it's been like a year, you know, you could send them a hello card. Hello, I'm thinking of you. I know it's hard. The anniversary of your loved one just passed, right? So it could be like a sympathy card that you send like a year later. It's very simple. It's not like super like cheerful, brightness, cutesy, right? It's just nice and elegant. So you could try it for that. So let's now put the measurements down. Yeah, Kathy said there's so many good things in these upcoming mini catalog. Her wallet hurts, yes. My wallet already hurt because I already did my pre-order. Now I have, then luckily they limited me to 2 things. So now I got to order the rest, like the Designer Series Paper Share, which I'm going to be having. You know, I got to order that when my limits are lifted. All right, we're going to write down all the measurements, finding a nice pen. Let's see, this is, what do we write before? Azure afternoon. Okay, yeah, so I start with the name of the cardstock color. I was like, I had to think for a second. Get my brain in gear. How do I start out this part? Oh, she's talking about, so Lynn, you're talking about, you love this color, like you're talking about the bubble bath color. Hi, Diane Dayton from Savannah. Hello, Gloria. All right, I'm going to go back up to the very beginning. Melissa Sullivan is here. Louise Haynes, Hilda Massey. And we already said hi to Karen. So cool. Thank you guys all for coming. I appreciate your spontaneity, just coming and joining me. When I finish my project, when I wake up from a nap and decide to come on to YouTube. I did tell you the other day I couldn't come on last night because we had a Grow Your Crafty Business meeting, which was very fun. Got the whole gang together. This is going to be, this card base is going to be 8.5 by 5.5. And you're going to score the card base at 4.25. We've done this so many times, but we're still writing it. So we have it all together on the same sheet. Yep, so we did this. So we started on Sunday night. Then Monday night, we did another card club tutorial. And then we took a break for one day. Now we're doing another card club tutorial. And then tomorrow I'm going to get on and do yet another one. So there's 4 cards each month. I used to do like 2 tutorials and try to do them all together. That was a bit much. So now I've kind of split them up into 2 or 3 tutorials to get them all done. We like to get them done in 1 week, which is the 3rd week of the month, because I mail them out about the 2nd week of the month. I'm still getting supplies for next month together and kits together, so I'll mail them out. And then that way everybody has their kit if they decided to get a kit. And if you want to join the card club, then look at my offerings in the list underneath. So this is going to be layer 1. Layer 1 is going to be 5.25 times 4 inches. And layer 2 is going to be 4.25 times 3 inches. Okay, we've already talked about that earlier, so that's pretty self-explanatory. And it is going to be the Everyday Skies. Everyday Skies. And there was so much more to this card that are the nuances of it that aren't going to be written on here. This is just your measurements. You know that you need to put the Misty Moonlight ribbon around the back of the edges. You know you need to, like, how you're going to twirl this ribbon, fray the edges, and all the things you need to do, right? Keep in mind all those things. I will write down all the ink colors because there's 4 of them. I'm going to start with the Secret C because that's what you're going to use for your sentiment. Secret C. But you're also going to use Daffodil Delight to ink up the edges, and Bubble Bath to ink up the other edge. And then we're going to use Blackberry Bliss for the birds. And then you're going to use the neutral matte dots. So those are your instructions. Let's go ahead and put, okay, there's my link. Here's my card. I put that up there for the glare, that other thing. All right, let's move this over. My table's a hot mess. My Halloween stuff's about to fall off. We're still working on the Halloween crafts as well this month. I'll show you the other cards we're making. Let me just get this all in the view. Come on. Come on, let's get everything in the view. There we go. Maybe something like that. Here, something like that. If you want to take a screenshot, that's, okay, there's the ink, there's the measurements, Bubble Bath. All right, so there's your card, your ink, colors, your card, everything. Whew, got that done. Sometimes it's hard to fit it all on the screen. Yeah, the Everyday Skies is so versatile, Kathy, because we get to use it. We've used it a few times in Card Club. I love, like, all the different ways you can use these backgrounds. I mean, all this new paper coming out, but I still love all the old cards. Okay, so Karen's talking about sending a thinking of you card about 6 to 8 months after someone dies, because it lets the family know they're not forgotten and alone, right? Because, like, my mom, you know, we lost my brother when I was younger, and I asked her about it. I was like, do you think about it often? She's like, I think about it every day. Oh gosh, I'm teary just thinking about it. And I was young, and I think about it very often. And he's my brother, so I think about it often. But I can't say I think about it every day because I actually don't, because I just don't. I mean, I'm going to try to be honest, but my mom, she's a mom, and she's like, I think about him every single day. You know, so there's nothing like worse than losing a child. All right, so you guys are loving the catalog. I'm seeing lots of, okay, Frida's putting smiles there. I'm seeing lots of nice comments about the catalog. Okay, so this is what we're making tomorrow. We're going to get to use that paper, and I think it might still be on the last chance list, but you know, you guys have it. I hoard, so you don't have to. It's in your club kit. You're using some of it, but if you want to change one of them, make one of them silver, make one of them gold, you have more than enough of this paper. It's called the brushed silver and gold foil. And we're going to do another arched one. So we have, it's all like another arched sentiment. So you're going to use Your Ray of Sunshine. Notice that the stamps are bigger than they actually appear on the front of the case. So, you know, get this stamp set if you don't already have it. It's a good one. I've used it a lot for my travel themed things. Okay, we remove that paper. And then speaking of travel, so this is what we made already. We made on our first tutorial, we made this card, and we're using the arched going this way, Know You Are Loved, and we're using it sideways on one of the deckled circles. And we used a black card, and it was another horizontal card. And we used those bubble stickers, and I tried putting the Wink Stella on them, and they shine a little bit, which is very nice. I can put some Wink Stella on the little birds. I mean, not birds, the airplanes. And then for the second one, on Monday night, we did a fun fold. And I was saying that you're going to put a white piece inside, so we actually added this piece as well. My original card from my swap was this one with, see how it has the white inside, but I didn't put the paper there. I think that looks nice with the paper on the inside too. So we'll have to finish off. I'm going to go, I have a lot of scraps. I'm going to finish off these cards. And I have a lot of these made that are halfway done. You know, just a lot of, in various stages of completion, because I do mass produce cards. So I will try to finish, and you can even use different kinds of paper on the inside. So if you missed the fun fold, you know, we have the, finish up your cards from that. I got to get my adhesive eraser when I see that. Get the, anyway, we used the little bubble. Oh, we did put one in, we did put the paper on the inside of that one. Put these little bubble stickers on it. And everybody who sent the bubble stickers, if you didn't get them with your card club, some of you got them with your bingo. I've already sent out a bunch of bingo kits. So you should have got a notification from PayPal that your bingo kits were shipped. I was able to make bingo kits really easily. Anyway, this is what we made this month. So very, very fun. Like if I'm going to do a fun fold with my card club, I make them easy. That, you know, that you could still, I don't make it so you need a bazillion different pieces and you have to do, like, you know, do calculus and trigonometry to make the thing work. I've been to these shoebox swaps where they've made these like pinwheel cards, and I actually just like wanted to like literally cry and give up. Not cry out of frustration, like cry out of all the wasted card stock, because like I'm never gonna finish the card because it takes me like an hour to do. Some cards are just like they're fine and they're fun to make and they're fun to know how to make, but like I try not to do things on this channel that's gonna take like several hours. You know, I just try to make it fun and simple. All right, so now what I'm looking for is the bingo. Okay, so let's talk about, so we're done talking about this. This is our card club this month, so I hope you're joining in. And now, what else we have going on our channel? We have a bingo. Okay, this is bingo. My QR code's smaller today. So when you get the bingo, because the way the papers were this time, I was able to divide them up into 8. Like I was able to make 8 kits from out of the one pack. So everybody got like a tiny bit of ephemera and like 6 sheets of this Christmas tags and more. And then you got your bingo card, and then I gave you some glimmer paper, the card base, a white insert, and an envelope. So that's one card project. You got more than enough die cuts to make loads of extra things. And then same with the Lights of Aurora, because the way it was, I was able to divide this up like 6 sheets of that with your Berry Burst. And so I was able to mail these out, which is great, because usually when I get the Designer Series paper, I can't mail out your kits because I don't have enough of it. But this I also divided into 8. I took a pack of North Pole Delivery, divided into 8, and everybody got a little bit of cute ephemera in there. And so we're using Jolly Delivery. We're doing Jolly Delivery Bingo. We're using this stamp set, not just for this bingo that you can sign up for now. That's in September. But in the next month, like we're going to be doing like the workshop in this too. So here's Jolly Delivery. And the sentiments are bigger than they look. I've already stamped them all. They're actually big. I mean, bigger than they are in there. I think they're not. Oh yeah, they're still in here. See, there is. I put them back. They didn't stain too bad because of what I used. But see, they're bigger than they look on the outside. So if you're kind of hesitant because you're like, I don't need sentiments that small. They're not really as small as they look, but they're so cute. And I gave you everything I gave you, like fits in your little pouch, fits something. So you can make more than the cards we make. And then we're going to use this for our workshop too. So we're going to start, we're in September, we do this, but also in September, October, November, probably more like October, November, we're going to be using this as our workshop series. So Jolly Delivery Bundle. So that's cool. So know that when you invest in that, you're going to get to use it again. All right, let's talk about what else is going on the channel. We have Spooky Halloween going on. I'm not going to take all these out, but we've been making loads of Halloween 3D items. Let's see, we've been making cards, and we're going to make a Halloween card next with the little cat. So that's what's coming up next, this cat, which cat. So we'll do that. And, all right, we made little luggage out of, this is just something else that you could do with the things that came in your card club kit. You could decorate some of the little suitcases. This is one from my friend Sandra, and this one I made as one of my swaps. All right, and lastly, if you want to join me this Friday, if you love retired items, I'm having another sale up until probably it's going to go on every Friday till Black Friday. I have a Whatnot auction site, and it's going to be my fourth one. I really, really love doing the live auction, so I'm going to zoom into that. So if you want a $15 coupon, just go sign up, and then you can then swipe if you want to buy something. It's like literally just swiping to bid. So if something starts at $5 and you swipe, you get it for $5. If someone else bids $6, then you swipe and you get it for $7. The last person to win wins the bid. That's pretty much it. But sometimes the only person to bid wins the bid. My items are really well priced, like very fairly priced. Like you can get, and so many people got bundles for only $20. Like the stamps and the dies, something that would have been like $54 retail. And I only get like 17 something out of that after my expenses. But I'm practically giving it away. So like come to my auction and, help me help my crafts find a new home. Hello, Elaine. Nice to see you. Thank you for coming. All right. Well, that is all for now. I appreciate you watching. We'll see you again tomorrow. Probably earlier than it was tonight. But it'll still be at night because that's when I have my energy for crafting. That is all for now. This is the Papered Chef. Have a great evening.